The second question was, the brain bleed that gave the HIV also created a lot of pain in the body. And so what's a way of walking in the world and hold space for that pain?
We are so happy to have this conversation with you. First of all, by acknowledging that you are a physical being made up of trillions of cells who each is consciousness, and that your inner being, source, God, whatever you want to call that non-physical beginning of who you are and resourcing of who you are, is in constant communication with each of those cells, with all of those cells all of the time. So when you have an experience that causes you to ask for something, especially in a strong way, there is a responding to that asking that takes place on a cellular level. And if you're not doing that thing that most people do, which is blocking that by introducing resistance into the equation, then there is clear communication between you and your cells. When you feel physical discomfort, what it always means is that the cells are asking and that source is answering, but there is a little resistance. But that doesn't stop the cells from asking, and it doesn't stop source from answering. So relax into that discomfort and acknowledge that what it really means is help is on the way, or help is underway, that rebalancing is taking place. And as you relax into it, not resist it, don't feel afraid of it, don't see it as a bad sign, but see it as a good sign, then the resistance will become less and less and less. The communication between source, who knows so intimately and so infinitely and so precisely, so exactly about your cells, then improvement becomes more and more and more and more. So this is a really good conversation to have today, isn't it? Because we're talking about the unconditioned. Well, it's not easy, and we'll say to all of you, even without physical pain, it is not easy to ignore a condition. It isn't easy to ignore a condition, but you can't let the condition rule your emotion. And so you can have pain and be happy, or you can have pain and have fear. And so we're just suggesting, find a way to have the unconditioned of joy, even in the condition of pain. Don't let the pain dictate that it's got to be uneasiness or worry. And when you remember that, and you have so much reason to, and so much evidence now that you can even use to back up your belief, then it just gets better and better. Yeah. We would like you, all of you, to feel the sweet spot between where you are and where you want to be. And this is going to feel frivolous to you, but play with us anyway. Isn't it almost delicious to have an itch on your back?
Okay.
As long as there's someone there to scratch it, or some way of scratching it, aren't you almost glad for the itch? Now, we know that sounds weird. Don't you enjoy an occasional hunger? Because isn't it more satisfying to eat when you are hungry? There is a sweet spot between not being quite where you want to be, not in that perfect comfort, but not afraid that you can't get there. And that's the way we would like you to regard pain. Call it an itching that's being satisfied rather than evidence of something gone wrong. And then in that extra focused allowing, things can improve even more. It's asking something of someone to unconditionally feel good when there is physical discomfort, but you can do it, and the payoff is big.